Real Madrid defeat Mallorca 2-1 in La Liga's third match day, with Xabi Alonso receiving his third win back-to-back in this La Liga race. Um, this game was really just had its ups and downs. This game was a few days ago. It was in the 30th of August. Right now, it's the 4th of September. I gotta get these in sooner, but um, this match was just really more of an interesting one. Real Madrid with VAR was heavily into this match with 2 goals ruled off by Kylian Mbappe and a goal by Arda Güler. I think 2 goals, I want to believe. Um, but for me, Real Madrid looked way better. Don't get me wrong; they're not playing. I think that they could be at their best, but they are performing at a level where they look way better than these first 2 games in La Liga. The first game, match day 1 for me, they looked absolutely terrible, Real Madrid. But then the second game, slowly, if they just gotta keep improving. Trying, Vini got subbed in last game and then scored 2, or assisted 1, scored 1. But yeah, this game for me, I think Real Madrid looked more comfortable. Huge ones performing well. I think Arda Güler has always been that underrated talent player that Real Madrid needed, and he's finally getting the chances he deserves under Xabi Alonso. This was his eighth start, including Club World Cup for under Xabi Alonso, and I'm really excited. I've been saying I hated how Ancelotti did not use him at all last season. I'd love to see him start back in the starting 11. Key players, Dean Huijsen has always been, for me, Madrid's top 2 best players since he's played in the Club World Cup. I think that defensive back wise, there's been a few mistakes here and there, but Huijsen does cover the backside really well. And for me, still, he's not even playing at his best at the moment. I think Huijsen can 100% become that main center back for Spain from Madrid, one of the best center backs in the world. If he just, Madrid as a whole just needs to find their rhythm. Carreras has been really surprising for me. Last game it's the first 2 La Liga games. He's been all right. I don't think this rating really proves how good he did against Mallorca. For me, I think he's such a key left back now at Real Madrid. I hate to say that because I'm a huge fan of Fran Garcia. I really want him to get chances. But Carreras looked really good last game. He pushes up high, saved the clearance, gets the ball in. For me, I don't think he's playing at his best as well. I don't think any of these Real Madrid players are playing at their best, but I slowly, hope this team will get into rhythm. Trent, for me, looked better. He had 2 great passes to Mbappe, which were off, or 1 goal that was off, and a few other crosses that he could have made. But I think Trent he had a better game this game than the first game of the season. So hopefully he gets back. It's always a debate who's going to start right back. Is it Carvajal? He was the best right back in the world before his injury, or is it Trent going to start? He's the younger, he's the fresher, he's the new guy in the block type of player for Real Madrid. Depending for me, that's what I kind of like Real Madrid. You have depth, so Trent, no, Carvajal in. Same with the midfield role is if a certain player's out, you have a good replacement in. And then Macetuano, for me, he's always looked getting more comfortable on the ball, and he takes the chances well and he recovers. But we just haven't seen much of Macetuano. This was his second start, I want to believe, for Real Madrid, and he still needs time, of course, to get used to it. And people are already calling him out, saying he's a flop. 60, 70 million for this type of player, robbery, this and that. But he still needs time. And I think it's going to hurt more when Jude Bellingham comes back in, because I don't think Real Madrid will go back to this formation here. I think they're going to line up how they did in the Club World Cup is, Tchouaméni will drop back and it'll be like a back 3 kind of, him being like the middle CDM type center back role, dropping back, and then Carreras and Trent or Carvajal will be the wing backs. And then up 2 will be Vini and Mbappe, and then the midfield will be Bellingham, Arda, and Fede. I think that's how they did. That is how they did in the Club World Cup, and that's probably how they're going to do in this match as well. And then people still complain about Kylian Mbappe. I feel like he's 100% capable of people saying he doesn't drop back, people saying that he missed times. Of course he missed times. Obviously even last season his offside goals. But Kylian Mbappe, we still haven't seen them. Vinny for me is improving every game he plays. Really want to see Vinny back into the top level. Such a shame how you went from that amazing season, Ballon d'Or contender, winning season, Champions League winning season, and then last season just to have, his goals and assists for me. Of course, it was high. It was high numbers, but his performance was just not well. So for me, it's just really confusing how he still managed to get that much after the poor season. People got subbed in. Brahim Diaz got subbed in for Mustatuano. Then he covered hole with Trent. Ceballos, who was reportedly supposed to join Marseille. Deal broke down last seconds. That fell through. And Rodrigo, who's also rumored to leave, stays for now, I guess. And then Gonzalo Garcia got something really late for that. The likes, we haven't seen Raul Asensio play in this La Liga season. Same with Fran Garcia. Those are two players we just haven't seen, and I'm a huge fan of those two players in particular. Castile players. Fran Garcia was a key player in the Club World Cup. Asensio was a key player all last season when they had a defender crisis, but we just haven't seen them at all since the Club World Cup. These two, so I really, really want to see them play. Mallorca. Honestly, this game was a few days ago, so I don't remember anything at the top of my head for this game. I remember more of the Barca game than this game, really. We'll see back here in the league standings. Madrid with their Xabi Alonso. That's really important for Xabi Alonso, especially just in general on paper. It's good to have 3 out of 3 wins before the international break. Next game is against Sociedad, and they have not been looking good. For me, they have a really good team, but was it a draw against Valencia, a draw against Espanyol, and a loss against Oviedo, that is the surprising one. A new up and coming team can't lose to Sociedad when you have good players. Ozayabo, you have Kubo. Can't really be losing to teams like that. Real Oviedo, they did look okay against Real Madrid, but Real Madrid just hopefully is a comfortable win for Real Madrid. Barcelona is going against Valencia. They did draw. They dropped points. For me, they could have 100% lost that match. But and Atletico just look absolute dreadful. They are 14th. They're 16th with a loss and 2 draws. Next game is against Villarreal, who are in the top as well. So we'll see. Maybe if they drop points, Atletico will get their stuff together. And Bilbao against Alaves, which are sitting in 11th with a win, a draw, and a loss. But yeah, team of the week, really surprised seeing Lamine all there. That really surprised me. I don't know how Arda's not in here. And honestly, everything looks fine. It's crazy not seeing any Real Madrid players. That's really shocking to me. But Madrid 100% could have won with 5 goals this match. A handball of Orda, a handball of Orda, Mbappe offside. But yeah, this match, Madrid against Sociedad, I'm really excited to see that. But hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next time.